Hello, welcome back to another video. Today we are reviewing the keyboard that I have been using for the past like 3 to 4 weeks at this point, the Drop ENTR. It is a entry-level mechanical keyboard from Drop. It comes in 2 switch options, Gatron Yellows and then Halo Trues. Halo Trues are a tactile switch which is much heavier, and then Gatron Yellows are a budget, smooth, linear switch pretty much. It comes in 3 color options, the white, black, and then this green gray one that I have. I would like to mention that Drop did send out this keyboard for me to review, but I'm not getting paid to say anything. There's an unbiased review of just what I think about the keyboard that I have been using for the past it's almost been a month. I'm gonna say a month. Yeah, so I've gone over the switch options and the color options. Now I'm gonna talk about the actual build of the keyboard. It's pretty hefty. It's made out of aluminum, but the rubber feet on the back are a bit slippy. Like, the keyboard slides around even on my mouse pad, because unless you have the feet kicked up, the little rubber bits on the stand don't really make enough contact to hold the keyboard in place. Editing one here in slightly worse lighting. Whenever I cut to this, it means I've forgotten to mention something, and I'm putting it in post here. The design of the keyboard is actually very similar to a Xiaomi keyboard that was the MK01, also known as the MK01S. They're very similar keyboards to the Drop ENTR aluminium base, similar thing, slightly different keycaps and switches, but they look very, very similar. I'm not sure if they're made in a similar place or not, but design-wise, they are very, very similar to the Drop ENTR. They both have the same rounded edges, same TKL form factor, and top plastic with aluminum base. The double-shot PVT keycaps that come in 2 tones on my colorway, but if you're getting all white or black, they'll be the same. The keycaps are pretty well made, but there are some inconsistencies with some of the keys, which you can't notice when the backlight is turned off. When the backlight is turned on, you can see some inconsistencies where the light doesn't shine through fully, but it's a budget mechanical keyboard. I can't really complain too much about the keycaps being somewhat inconsistent. Also, the lighting on the keyboard is pretty limited. You can only toggle the brightness of the keyboard. You can't toggle anything else. There's no other lighting effects. There's nothing else. You can either have them at full brightness, 3/4 of the way, half brightness, quarter brightness, or just plain off. No other options, and obviously no RGB. Speaking of RGB, the color on the keycaps may influence this, maybe in all the colorways, but especially on the white one, you can tell that the backlight isn't necessarily white. It's a warm white slash bordering yellow type of color, which is it's good, I think, on this colorway, but if you've got the all white or all black option, it's definitely much harder to ignore. So it's made out of aluminum, but there is also a plastic top plate, which is very, very sturdy from my experience. I often find that I'm trying to hit the enter key, but then I miss it, so I'm just hitting this blank space over here repeatedly, which does make me slightly miss the 75% layout that I'm used to. I really like the switches and feel of this keyboard, but the layout is just... a TKL is just that little bit too big for me personally. I came from a 75% layout, and I've been used to that for a while, and I'm just really, really fan of the 75% layout. Drop, if you ever make a 75% board, I'll gladly take a look at it, but for now, I think I might take the switches from this or something, but I don't see me using this keyboard in its current form full-time moving forward. I completely forgot to talk about how the Halo True switches specifically feel. They are very, very good. They're a tactile switch with some real tactility, and you will have trouble bottoming out. You can feel when they're actuated because there's a very clear bump, but bottoming out requires 100 grams of force, so it's pretty difficult to do on accident, and you pretty much won't bottom out. I can't guarantee it, but you won't bottom out. So those are the tactile switches, and the yellows are just a linear switch. I'm sure you know what yellows are like. Linear switches on a budget, pretty good, pretty smooth, but obviously it could be better. Without making any modifications, this keyboard sounds pretty okay. It could be better, but I think the tactile variant that I have does help it out a lot with the sound of the stabs, because the springs are stronger and the tactility. The sound basically gets a little bit of a buff, and you can like kind of hide the bad sounds in this tactile variant, but if you've got the one with Gatron Yellows, the sounds aren't great. The stabs are also pretty not good. But to be fair, this is Drop's entry-level mechanical keyboard with their lowest price on any keyboard that they specifically make. It's not the lowest priced keyboard on their website, but it is the lowest priced keyboard that they make and then sell. Hence the name, the Drop ENTR. This keyboard is also available on Amazon if you cannot get it on the Drop website, if your country doesn't support delivery from them, or whatever other reason you might want it from Amazon. Maybe some faster shipping, maybe you just want to get it from there because you have Prime and you want some discounts. Whatever it is also available on Amazon at the time of filming this. So we've gone over the build quality, the light, the stabilizers, all of that. Now, what do I actually think about this keyboard? Well, for $90, well, if you live in the continental US and can get it for that price, it's not terrible. It is hefty, it's solid, like, feeling. There's some minor things that could obviously be better, but overall, I don't think it's bad. I think the switch options are a bit limited, especially if you want some heavier linears or don't want a tactile switch. But compared to the normal red, blue, and brown options that so many other keyboards have, it's very interesting, and I think they've done a good job of selecting two switch options that don't make it too confusing, and also, thank God that they did not go for a clicky switch, because I still can't stand them. Keep in mind, I have not also tried that many clicky switches from the ones I've tried. They're just not it for me, but yeah, switch options, pretty good. Build quality is pretty good, lighting could be better, keycaps could be more consistent, and the price is alright. It's nothing crazy because nowadays there are so many other hot swap mechanical keyboards that are either that price or lower, but also it's a TKL. Not many of those boards are TKL. You can buy so many hot swap 60%, but not too many hot swap TKLs. So it's decent. Would I recommend it if you want something that's going to last you and you don't want to be able to change the switches without desoldering or unscrewing stuff and all that jazz? It's not hot swap. It's going to take a while if you want to take the switches out or do anything else. But if you want a very good entry-level board and just want to have that, no modification, none of that, it's good. There will be an affiliate link in the description if you want to check it out. I think that's everything I have, but if I don't have something, I'll probably cut in a recording of myself not looking this good because the sun is gone. Yeah, that would be me in a different shirt and lighting, but it's done now. And yeah, subscribe to the channel because we are more than 6 months into 2021 and I set a stupid goal of hitting 100,000 subscribers. We are currently not there, not even close, but that's fine. And I will see you on Monday.